Few men in the music world today are as identified with a kind of sound as is Jimmy Cliff with the music that we call reggae. And people associate it with you because you really are the king of it. I mean, does that mean you're not the only spokesperson of it, but you are the preeminent one?
Yes.
Why Jimmy Cliff? Why is it you that is so strong in this?
I think, you know, in life, everyone has a role to play, whether you be in music or you be in journalism or whatever field you may be in.
But it's not easy to find it, though. It's out there, but we've got to find it.
Right. Well, I have found my role, and my role in the reggae music business seems to be the one of a shepherd, because I've always been, not by choice, but it happens that I've always been the one who is out there taking it to another level, taking it there, for instance, to England, to Africa, first in a full-length movie, and all that kind of thing. So I have analyzed it and accepted that that is my role in the music.
And it's a music that's been called revolutionary, and I would like to hear you define how politics enter that kind of music.
It is revolutionary because it was born out of a spirit of revolution. We needed change in Jamaica. We needed change socially, and we needed acceptance, we needed identity, we needed respect, we needed justice, we needed love. Because since the so-called dismantling of slavery, we have been left marooned in an alien environment without any proper means of survival.
And you say in the film, it's gone but not forgotten.
That's right.
Right.
So that spirit of revolution is what created the music.
Relate it now, if you would, to the 60s and early 70s, because music across the board seemed to have political content to it, unlike now, it would seem.
The 60s was a very political climate time, more than such of the 70s, especially with artists and musicians. And it drifted a little, but the essence of it still remained in the 70s. Now, in the 80s, it's not so much so. It's a lot more glitter, and people just want to dance. But people still want message. People still want that to be uplifted in a song, or, you know, told something nice in a song, make a statement in a song. There are the people out there who are still waiting for that, you know, who are looking for that. At least they look to me for that in my music. And when I don't do it, they say, "What happened? You're selling out."
I know you've had that kind of pull in one direction or the other. It's like ultimately you have to decide you don't care what they think because you know what you want.
Yeah.
And that has got to be the most important, I guess.
That is the most important thing. So what I'm trying to do, the stage that I am with my career, is trying to find a balance between those two personalities of the rebellious side, who always wants to make a statement about society and what is right and what is wrong, point a finger, and the other side, which is a milder, more peaceful side. I am in the process of trying to find a balance between those two.
The Harder They Come has been called a cult film, but have as many people seen that film as you would wish? I think not.
Not as no. I would have wished that a lot more people have seen it. Like I think a lot more people will see Club Paradise. But
stay with that, because in Club Paradise are all of the things we've been talking about, unlikely as that might seem, because there's some telling exchanges where you reject the Belafonte Island in the sun. Find the contrast for us between that kind of music and what you're after in the picture.
Yeah, you see, there was a time when I had to sing that kind of music, the calypso, the type of Belafonte music, all that kind of thing. There was a time I had to sing it in order to exist materially in Jamaica. And when we decided to do this film, that particular scene was supposed to be a parody of a Broadway music. But I spoke with Harold Ramos, the director, about it, and we came to a conclusion that it would be easier to do something that I have some experience with already, so we did that way.
But when your character is rejecting that kind of music, is it that he's rejecting the sort of colonialism
Absolutely.
that hovers around that?
Absolutely. He wants to make a statement about what is happening today. He wants to say, You can't keep a good man down. What how this American plan? The lion is awake. You know, the lion represents the people that have been oppressed and those kind of things. He wants to make those statements. Yes.
Now, I don't know if this is a question you can answer necessarily, but why has it been so long since we've seen you in a movie?
Because I had music going for me, and I wouldn't accept a movie that would portray an image that I wouldn't want to live with for the rest of my life.
Mm-hmm.
I've been offered scripts which I didn't take. And I like this one because, you know, even it's a comedy, but it still has a serious undertone to it.
The music track, how many songs? 7?
7, yes.
Is this like a major album for you now, or do you regard it as a kind of a lighter side of the Jimmy Cliff sound?
There are some songs in it which some have a message like Third World People or American Plan and those, you know.
And we hear that again in the final credits.
Yes. So it's not really a lighter side. I see it as a major album.
Did you have a chance to select when the songs would appear on the soundtrack?
No, but the thing is, we recorded the soundtrack before we started filming. So we were working with it along with the filming.
Mm-hmm.
So I had ideas. You know, I would talk to Harold or the director and so on. So I had ideas.
One last question, Jimmy. The side we see of Jamaica,
Yes.
it's wonderful. But if you were a filmmaker and you could make a film about Jamaica, what else would you show us that we need to know about your people there?
I think I would show you some of the material poverty and the way the people overcome that. I think that is need to be seen and to be known, to know that how to survive under those conditions.
Mm-hmm. You are wearing the most colorful, vibrant outfit I've ever seen.
Hey.
While we're talking, can we have just a couple of seconds to maybe get tight in on this? Is this like the day-to-day Jimmy Cliff look? I have to ask.
No, this the colors I'm wearing represents the rainbow, and they are interlocked with the Rastafarian philosophy as well as with the certain African countries like Ethiopia, Ghana, and they're the same colors. So it represents part of my ancestral culture.
Jimmy Cliff, not only thanks for your wardrobe, but thanks for your spirit and thanks for your sound.
Thank you.
And he is part of that sound in Club Paradise. I'm John Tibbetts for KCTV5 from Los Angeles.